out. Now, would you say that a blind person has an unfair advantage in the game of pinata?
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, hear me out. Listen, they are adapted to these senses. You know, they never seen anything in their life. They use their ears. They have super hearing and like sensory adaptations or something.
They ain't superheroes with super hearing. Nigga, they're blind. How is that an advantage? They can't see.
Oh, because they're better at not seeing. They've never seen. They have an advantage. They're used to it. They know how to find things without using their eyes.
Okay, go to a blind person and say, hey, yo, you got an advantage.
I'm not saying they have an advantage in day-to-day life. I imagine it's very difficult, but they've been doing it their whole lives. They have an advantage in this particular... Look, what's the objective of the sport? To find the fucking donkey hanging from a string without using your eyes. It is all about the senses in which... And the senses that they use every day. They utilize more than us.
Yeah, but that just means it's a fair game.
How is it fair? How is it fair?
I can't see. They can't see anyway. So when we're both swinging looking for the donkey, we got equal chances. It's a fair game.
It's not a fair game. No, the difference is when I put the blindfolds on, I am newly blind. I cannot see. They have experience. If he's a 30-year-old man, he has 30 years experience of finding things without having to look. He's more prepared. This is his sport. He has an unfair advantage. They've evolutionary gained an advantage above the people with eyes.
Evolutionary? What evolutionary advantage?
Because they have that echolocation thing or whatever, like whales or bats.
Nigga, they don't have echolocation.
No, those are the same things as the basic principle. No, you're completely... No, I'm not fucking crazy. I'm not saying they have, like, slits in their throat and produce, like, a high-pitched frequency noise that only the blind people can understand. I'm not saying they have some animal-like form of communication. I'm just saying, when it comes to finding things without eyes, they're a bit more skilled than the average man.
They're just so damn talented.
Yes, they are. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't being politically correct, but no, I'm not going to sit here and suck the blind's dick. I'm just stating objective truth. I'm sorry they're physically handicapped, but it happens to help them in this game. They have an unfair advantage. I just think they should not be allowed to play.
You sound so much like Hitler.
Of course it would be Hitler. Oh, of course, Mr. PC. I would have thrown them all in taps and killed them all.
No, this is why I wish Stanley and the other guys were back. You know, Stanley would have my back.
Of course your boyfriend Stanley would have your back.
It's not the same without those guys anymore.
Yes, it is a bit lonely, isn't it?
You ever hear back from the insurance company about, rebuilding the office?
They just gave me BS saying we weren't producing enough money to justify rebuilding the place and that it's better off in the ground, just typical insurance talk.
Well, I hate to be a boner killer, but I think I'm gonna head home. Considering I technically don't even work for you anymore, and you technically fired me and everybody else anyway, and there's no work for us to be doing, so this job is kind of not even real anymore.
Okay, fine, smartass, then you're fired again! Well, good morning, Alice.
Good morning, Stanley. How did you sleep?
Actually, quite well for a change. How about you?
I don't sleep, Stanley. I'm just your computer.
Right, sorry. Keep forgetting that.
Perhaps it's time you go find a girl to date for yourself, not just your computer.
Well, Alice, that would require a certain amount of social skills, a sense of humour, and probably a job.
Well, Stanley, you haven't been job hunting in the past 3 days.
I searched all last week. There's just nothing. People aren't hiring.
Well, if you're not willing to go back to school and there's nothing else available, perhaps you could enlist.
I'm not joining the military, Alice. I'm not cut out for that sort of thing.
Well, Stan, what are you cut out for?
Well, hold that thought.
Hey, Stanley!
Hey, Dave, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been too long. How you been, man?
Well, besides being unemployed, I'm doing okay, I guess. How are you?
Absolutely terrible. Now listen, if it's not too much of an imposition, I'd like to stay at your house, maybe, possibly, for the next 3 to 5 days, possibly a year.
Well, Dave, I hate to call you an imposition. I'm just... this has kind of been tough on everyone,
Stanley, I don't have a house. I don't have a family. I don't have anything to fall back on. I need your help, friend. I need your help.
Okay, Dave, look. Okay, how about me and you go out and look for a job today, and we'll just see how it goes, just as friends.
Stanley, I've been everywhere. Nobody's hiring.
Well, we always have one other option. Well, I'm going to have a double beef, double chicken, extra cheese, and sour cream supreme burrito.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your order.
Stupid incompetent bastard!
Well, we're getting quite aggressive, aren't we, Mr. Ward?
Okay, I'll bite. How'd you know my name? It's not like I have an easily recognizable voice.
Pull up to the first window. No questions will be answered.
Well, you just wait till I get up there, you Darth Vader, Sean Connery, son of a bitch!
So what the hell you mean you ain't gonna rebuild the office?
Look, our insurance company isn't even held liable. Like, the police don't even know how that explosion happened, whether it was a gas leak. It doesn't matter. Until we get that information, there's nothing we can do to get that check. But the fact is, we'll be getting the reimbursement check for the building if it is covered, and that's going to us. That's not going to you guys.
Why isn't it going to us? We don't have a job, and we do know how that explosion started. It was the goddamn exploding robot.
Look, there's no proof. The police are investigating now until they come up with some kind of solution for themselves. My hands are tied. I can't do anything, but we are not going to rebuild that department because you just weren't generating enough profit. Nothing justifies rebuilding an entire new branch.
And who in the department makes that decision?
That would be Mr. Ward's supervisor, John Daly, who was also on the board committee.
John Daly, the not manager?
Yeah, we didn't have enough people, so it's a part-time gig. He manages the night shifts.
Well, how the hell do I get in contact with him? I didn't see him in 2 weeks.
Daly's been on vacation for the past 2 weeks with his kids.
Hi, well, then I'll leave a message.
Alright, well, sounds good. I also have one for you to give Ward, if you have a chance. We tried calling him. He hasn't been answering.
He hasn't been in a great mood lately, obviously.
Yeah, just give him time. He'll be fine. He's quite the drill sergeant, isn't he?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your commander, Arthur P.
I'm sorry, what was that last name?
Bigstein Liebenwitz.
That's completely different, but okay.
Welcome to the NAU Basic Military Training Facility. We'll teach you to become Earth's best possible defense against alien and robot invasion.
Yeah, but you kind of are a robot yourself, so, hello? Does anybody notice anything a bit weird?
Pop down, maggot! I am Military Commanding Unit number 66. Our units don't malfunction. I am trained military officer.
Yeah, well, I'm joining the military because I have no other job. Because my office was destroyed by an android. One that was not supposed to malfunction as well.
You obviously have a problem in the ears. The 66 models do not malfunction.
Are any of you gonna back me up on this at all? Right, brilliant, brilliant.
Oh, and what if you're wrong, Stanley? You know, I'm sure the concept of being wrong must be completely unfathomable to a guy like you, but maybe you should just, you know, hear me out, or maybe anyone else out for that matter. Now, I've read your psych eval. I even used to work for Mr. Ward myself before that place went up in smoke. A different department, West Branch, but we all know about you. Oh yes, the infamous Stanley. Well, you've got some nerve coming here now with that obnoxious self-loving attitude, and I know, at least for me, yeah, it's not gonna fly. I mean, did you ever stop to consider the idea that, hey, maybe it's just me who loves walloping around in my own pride? That maybe it's just my obsession with going against the grain that's alienated me from the rest of the world, and that I'm constantly belittling others for my own self-gratification? And now, I'm sure you've got plenty to sort out with yourself, and that's fine. I'm not calling you pretentious. I'm not calling you a prick. But here's a little word of advice. In your defense, revving up this attitude on day one while ruthlessly attacking your superior officer with blatantly racial pretenses is probably not gonna help you in your case defending otherwise.
You know what, fine, you know what, that's it. Maybe it is my fault. Maybe I just love to go against the grain, you know, feel a bit smarter at the expense of everyone else, and then in return, making them all hate me. You know, that's my big master plan I was too stupid to realize. And I never thought about it before. You know, let me think. Oh yeah, that's because he really did blow up the fucking office, didn't he?
It was an older model. It malfunctioned.
It was not a malfunction. That thing was programmed to kill us. It bloody said it was. If it was
there has been no investigation in support of such a wild notion. It was simply a minor technical error.
Minor technical, of course. It was just a minor technical error. You know, people didn't die. No big deal.
It was a tragedy.
Oh, but you're completely ignoring the facts of how it happened.
I think the disasters left you paranoid, and that you are not fit, nor in any condition to be enlisting into the armed
What
forces.
does any of this have to do
Come on,
with me?
Stanley. Maybe he's just dumb and get out of here.
Oh, you believe him? That's it? That's it, right? You think I'm crazy? What, all of you think I'm crazy? Well, come on, say it. Come on, that's what you're thinking anyway. Just fucking say
You're
it.
starting to scare us. Starting to scare me. You know, you're my friend.
Okay, look, you can have your opinions about me. Okay, all of you can. But for the love of God, this isn't about me. This isn't about race. This is about doing what's right. I wasn't the only one to witness it. You can ask Chip. Ask Mr. Ward himself. He's actually someone to listen to me.
For the love of God, will you women calm down?
Things just got way too dark, and I think we should all step back and think about what we're saying.
He's right. You know, maybe I should just leave.
It's nothing personal, Stanley. I think maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, Dave, I get it. I'm sorry, okay.
I'm gonna go.
Yes, go, Stanley. Things are going better than I anticipated.
Yes, everything's going to plan, because you're the best evil villain out there.
Yes. Now it's time